Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Today is episode number 284 on my journey to 1800 ELO. We recently crossed 1300 ELO and I am so proud of myself. I never thought I would get this, sort of ELO rating. I feel like I've come a long way and I'm very proud. So I'm excited to call myself a 1300. Win, lose, or draw today, I don't care. I've made it this far, and I'm not going to let it bog me down. So we're going to get right into today's video. I guess before I start, check out Fee and Kettle Club in the description below. You can use code NETCHESS, get 10% off of the coolest chess-inspired streetwear you can find anywhere. That's all I got for you. Let's get right into it. All right. So, some tunes on. And I know I said I wasn't nervous, but I'm a bit nervous. We're playing with the white pieces against the 1294. This guy's on the threshold. We got to show him what a 1300 plays like. Let's try. We're going to play d4. All right. So he's playing the England Gambit. And not going to lie, I know that I should take here. It's pretty much all I know. I know that I could just not take. I think that the problem with taking is that, so the line I don't like is if I take, he brings his queen down and starts trying to give checks here. I don't like that line at all. But we're going to take. I'm not going to think too much about it. Alright, we're going to defend ye old pawn with our knight move. People bring out the queen here. Okay, so he's playing a little bit more of what I would rather him play, which is fine. The idea is to normally try and hold on to the pawn. So, I think bishop out to c4 is a fine move. It helps us develop. Then we can play e3. So I'm going to do that. I think that's how you're supposed to play this. The Hartlaub Charlick Gambit is what the computer says that this is. It's interesting. I've never heard it called that, but alright, so he's putting pressure on my knight. I can develop this knight to this square if we want. Do we want? If I do that and he takes, I can take still. We'll do this. I don't know. I'm a little fuzzy on the details here, guys. So I want to play e3, but I'm wondering if maybe I have a potential issue. I don't think I do. So if I play e3, I could just play h3 immediately. If I play h3 and he just backs up, what are we doing? So I'm going to play e3, lets my light squared bishop out. We can maybe pin his knight. So the problem, I guess, that I do see is that he can just take the pawn now, which I will just back up. Ah, but it's worse. So I think he should have taken there because he would have even had pushing and my knight's pinned, and that gets complicated. So e3 was probably a mistake, but now I'm wondering if I can just take the pawn. I'm going to take the pawn. Um, because I thought that that was a little dangerous for me. I think I want to just break the pin, maybe. I could pin the king, but I think he's going to castle queenside is the issue right now. So he can't take back with the queen. He's going to have to take back with the pawn, which I like that. And that'll block if he does castle queenside, which is what it looks like he wants to do. If I played this move, he's pinned. And if he castles kingside or queenside, I could take, and he gets these two connected pawns again. But I think I will pin the knight. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but I'm going to try this. And it just allows me to castle on the next move. It gets my bishop out. Maybe I can put my bishop somewhere different after this. I don't know. I think I want to play a move like c3 or just a move that gets my queen off of this. If he does castle queenside, I think c3 is probably alright, or even maybe c4. Alright, so he's defending the knight so that I think he does want to castle soon. Also, the queen was kind of in the way of the bishop. I think he realized that that might not be the best of moves. I'm going to just castle and probably ask the bishop what he wants to do. I can move the knight. I got a bunch of options. Kind of like the knight being able to recapture here, but alright, so our opponent plays g5, which is an interesting move. So they're attacking my b-pawn, and it seems pretty clear to me that they want to castle castle queenside. So I am going to just play c3 and try and maybe just at least nullify this bishop a bit. It also allows my queen to get out. Maybe he's not going to castle queenside. Kind of looks like he wants to, but I'm going to attack the light squared bishop with h3. Gives my king a luft. And he needs to decide what he wants to do with the light squared bishop. So he's doing like a fishing pole trap. If I take, he takes. I can actually take this pawn. Takes, takes. He doesn't really have a queen move into the position either. I don't think this works for him. So if I take this, what happens? Could also do this. I like this because it puts pressure on, or I win the pawn, right? And then I'm going to take the pawn. Our queen is also dealing with this pawn, probably on the next move. I could maybe even pose worse threats, like something like this, and just leave that pawn. Threaten some nasty things. So this is a nice fork, and I like it. We'll go for it. All right, so we got a victory. That's nice. I've hit a new peak. I'm rated 1310 currently. That game was pretty much a destruction. That feels good. Feels good. Here we can look at this. Played with 83.2% accuracy. Our opponent played with 63. And I'll scroll down real quick. We can look at... Says I played like a 1600 and my opponent played like a 1200. I think they just played a little inaccurately there. But we did fine. So their best move is to play bishop out. A lot of people just play the knight out and then I don't know. It's kind of annoying. I don't like playing against where the knight comes out and then the queen comes out and they give the check. I don't know. It ends up being obnoxious. This was easier to deal with for me. So the bishop move is actually inaccurate. It wants you to attack the queen. If he does this, you can take, and just be happy. Move your bishop somewhere. If he brings the knight out, then he just induces a... Well, no, he can't bring the knight out, excuse me. If he brings the knight out to e7 instead, or maybe... Oh, I guess he could do bishop as well. Bishop might not be that bad. He has a lot of options there. But the computer likes his bishop move. We played this move, which I discovered is a mistake. And the whole point is he can take, and I can't actually take back. So I'd have to back the bishop up, and then he would push, and my knight's pinned, and so I'd lose the knight. And he missed it, which was great, so we took the pawn. But I did see it afterwards, which is... I'm glad that I saw it. We're just way better here. And I guess the main reason is like, what is going on with these pieces right now? You didn't develop. We're fully developed. And his king is still in the center of the board is the other main issue as well. But he just goes all out on that side of the board, and I'm like, all right, well, you have to castle queenside now, and I'm still okay doing, like, attacking you. Like, I'm down. I did feel like we were dominant this whole game. I played c3, which is inaccurate. It wants me to actually develop my knight out, and it's like, I mean, if he wants a pawn, dude, he's got a lot of other issues. And I think the main one here is obviously just winning this pawn. But it gets worse from there, for sure. If we take with the knight, it is with check, so the king would have to move, and then we have a discovery on the queen with our bishop wherever we move the knight. So that would be really... I mean, this is really bad for him right now. Yeah, this was weird. It's kind of like a fishing pole trap that he was trying to do. Like, sometimes if you take the bishop and they retake, like, you have problems here on the king. But the problem is the queen is stuck. Like, she cannot, like, she's on the right diagonal, but she is, got my bishop to where she's in a lot of trouble, actually. She's kind of pinned herself, which is not a good move. So we took, he takes, I took the pawn, he plays this, and we just went for a fork, which, you know, you're going to lose one. And it just gets worse from there, too, because I'm going to start bringing in all the rest of my pieces, because your king is going to have to move, or your king is going to be weak, you know. Regardless of which one I take these with, it's going to be with check, so the king's going to have to move. Yeah, that was a dominant performance from your boy. Pretty proud of it. We're rated 1310, new all-time peak. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. See you then.